Go to our next guest. He is Abdul Rahman, all the way from Uxbridge in London. He's a nutritionist and lifestyle and business coach, 36 years old, and he has a business called AR Coaching. He's been working for 9 years.
You were thinking of becoming an accountant. Was that your decision or your parents? Because that is what we as parents want our kids to become, accountants or doctors or lawyers or, opticians or pharmacists. So it's just that kind of thing that as parents we have expectations, and then, we kind of force them on our children so we can live through them vicariously and go, my beta, he's an accountant, or that kind of nonsense
I've been there. I know. I studied law and I never did it. So I know.
So was that? Did you have to go through that pressure when you chose?
No, it wasn't that pressure from my parents, but I decided myself because we saw adversity growing up. Obviously, didn't have much money growing up, and I wanted some sort of security for myself and for my family. So I decided it's either engineer, doctor, accountant, or, so it was self-imposed decision, but my parents were happy with that. Of course they were. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So see, we were talking about body consciousness. Now, our previous guest was also talking about this. It seems to be, it's evident it's on the increase. Everyone seems to be more aware of what they look like and how they want to look like. And she had spoken about aesthetics and all these things that are in fashion, shall we say. The Asian community, particularly the young females, in fact, I could probably say the males are in the same category now. They are going to extraordinary lengths to kind of compensate for what they are naturally like, whether it's weight, whether it's what they look like. Now, we can't control what we look like. When we're born, we're sent a face which looks like whatever it's looked like by Allah. So that's something that we can't control. But people are now adamant on attempting themselves to look like what they think conforms to society, conforms to what they should look like or what we want to look like, whether it's artificially or whether it's through, going to the gym and getting mad at the gym, or whether it's taking, medication and drugs. And so why do you think that's happening? What seems to be, making this trigger in people's mind?
I think the main reason I would say is Instagram and social media now. We never had that much integration. Like, we would just know a few people, and now people are seeing people from all over the world, guys and girls with six-pack and amazing bodies, and people want to, idolize that and want to follow that. But they don't realize, and that's only like 0.5 or 1% or 2% of the people max. Yeah. And those people are just on the mainstream, and then people like us and you, like, who are working people, fathers, mothers, having all limitations from our DNA or from our lifestyles, we can't become that. And so I think that's why people are sort of trying to sort of get there, because they think that's happiness, that's success, and that's health, even, So I think that's where it's coming from.
You're a lifestyle coach, and you obviously are a nutritionist as well. I have to take my time when I say words like that. You're obviously talking to people all day, every day about this. Are you finding one thing that it was something that I wanted to know? These people that you come in contact with every day, who are trying to transform themselves, if you wish. Do you think that there's a specific reason? I.e., are there health things that are connected to something like that? More so mental health issues? I mean, like depression, all these other kind of things that, are they linked in any way to why people feel so conscious about their body now?
I think, yes, it is. And people always seeing things in the wrong order. So what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to bring happiness or get rid of stress and anxiety by first becoming slimmer or healthier or successful. What needs to happen is they need to become happy and healthy first. Happy and stress-free first before they become healthy. But people are thinking that they will become healthy and then they will become happy. And I think, yes, it is because of that, because of the stresses, because of people are losing that contact with each other. People are losing that contact with their spirituality, with their religion. with their family values. They're becoming more and more stressed, and stress is causing them disease. And disease is causing them to become obese, and diabetes and thyroid issues and you name it, autoimmune diseases, where the brain is killing their bodies on automatic because brain is not in the right place, and your body follows where the brain goes. And people don't realize that. They're attacking their bodies to like try that diet pill or that dietary shake or fat-burning pills or starvation diets and keto diets and this and that, but it's not working because they're not focusing on what's controlling the whole thing. So you're right. So it is related, but people are just approaching it in the wrong order.
Could I then maybe perhaps ask, because as a nutritionist, you know, what is the impact then of the food that they eat? I mean, we live at a time where we're juggling so many things at the same time. There's so many demands, and that, you know, we'd rather, because we don't have the time, we go and get, you know, get a takeout, get some fast food. You know, has this created that kind of impact on how we feel about ourselves? Because I think by choosing an easier option, we're actually, you know, it's detrimental to our health in the long term.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Diet plays 80% of the role. When people come to me and say that we want to lose weight or we want to become stronger or get rid of a certain disease, what they really talk about is exercising and training. And I tell them the first thing is that 20% is exercise and workouts, and 80% is your nutrition, your recovery, your sleep, your stress regulations. And yes, 100% diet is the main thing. And people go for shortcuts. And the reason they do that because they don't have time. And they miss out on, you know, like in old times, people used to sit together, eat together with family, homemade foods, and then, you know, they bond together, connect with each other. And now they don't do that because I think it's more like a material-driven life these days. You know, people going after money, after success, fame, all of that. And they're forgetting all the basic needs of human to connect with each other. So yes, absolutely. To my clients, I would tell them straight away, stop, you know, buying those junk foods and start investing time within for their health and for their well-being. Because if they don't have time, it's not going to happen. So yes, time is a major factor. You're right.
Thank you.
But do you think time, I know we're talking about how time is important, sleep is important, rest is important, but do you think in today's life and the way things are, the way we're running our lives and, you know, do you think that's even possible? I mean, I personally know how difficult it is sometimes to take time out or to relax and just take time for myself. Sleep is a major issue for people.
Yeah.
This is why companies who make mattresses are doing so well these days, because you know, a lot of the times doctors and orthopedics and all these kind of people will say, well, you know what, you don't have the right mattress, maybe that's why you're not sleeping. That's why you're sleeping. You're having too much coffee, that's why you're not sleeping. But, you know, like you said, there's a lot of other things that cause these issues. So do you think that's maybe one of the reasons? Well, or do you think that's even possible for people to be fully relaxed and fully free of everything else that's happening?
Yeah, that's a very good question. It's easy and very, very difficult at the same time.
Yeah.
It depends what the problem is. What the people normally try to focus on small problems, small little issues, but they won't focus on a bigger problem. For example, a couple might be having a major, compatibility issue. And because they're married, they don't want to separate their ways. But instead of dealing with that issue, a husband will sort of surround himself with, A, B, C, D tasks. And I got to go there and I'm with my friends and I'm going to be home late. And wife might do exactly the same thing. So they sort of impose those things on themselves, and they say, okay, we are busy, and they don't have even time to sort of sit down and cook their own meals and, you know, do something for their health and well-being. So what I'm trying to say, just give you an example, like people don't look at the bigger problems, and then to cover those bigger problems, there are small little things coming. Obviously, lifestyle gets busy and stuff. In my opinion, I don't think it is a problem. well, it is a problem, but I think you can resolve that if you really started to resolve bigger issues. And I think people who are really genuinely busy, like they can always do meal preparation. Some of the things you can do is what I ask my clients is to prepare their meals every Sunday and every Wednesday. So you would do bulk cooking on Sunday, which will last you until Wednesday. And then Wednesday you do another bulk cooking, let's say chicken roast with sweet potato, and that will last you until weekend. And weekend you can go out and have your junk food or cheat meals or whatever. So there is a way around it, but it's all about people. Do they really want to become healthy, and do they really want to lose weight, or are they just talking about it, or or they really want to, are they committed, or they're just interested? So that's what I say to my clients: are you committed, or you're just talking about it? So there's a difference. If a person says, look, I want to do it, and they really mean it, and they have that burning desire, like they would find a way. They would find a way. So I would say these are all excuses in my opinion. I think these are just the little excuses that I don't have time. Either they're not focusing on the bigger problem, or they're not trying hard enough.
So that brings me on to my question is, how do you rate success? Success in your life or success for your clients?
I think for me, success is happiness. That's for me, and I've learned it working with clients. I think what happens is, because everything we're doing in life, we're doing it to have a better quality of life and how we feel in a given moment in time. Whether you buy an expensive car or buy a house or jump on a property portfolio, or whether you have relationships or you settle down, it's all for happiness. So for me, it's happiness. And when a person learns the art of happiness, once you learn that, I think for me, that's the success.
I like that, the art of happiness.
The art of happiness. Well, that's something that you're going to have to tell us or teach us. What is the art of happiness? But one thing that I know, now I'm just going back to what you said previously. You had mentioned that, when you want to make a difference, you'll find a way. I agree to a lot of it, but there's one thing that I think you didn't touch on, and I want you to touch on, is yes, if we really want to do it and we really push ourselves, we can find a way. But at the same time, there are things that are holding a lot of people back, which unfortunately are out with their hands. And one example in specific is women. So there's a lot of single mothers out there, or there's working women whose income the family is reliant on, so they can't take their time away from work. They can't, do so many things in the one go. So when you have somebody who's doing the school drop-offs, who's doing the cooking, the cleaning, the washing up and working at the same time,
as well as maybe living in a joint family and looking after her in-laws.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. How does she find the time, and how do you say to her, yep, you can find the time whether you like it or you don't? How do you do that?
Yeah. So the quick answer to that is you need to divide that into small little pieces. So if your goal is to have more freedom with time, or more financial freedom, or more health, you divide it into small chunks and see where you need to improve, where you need to focus on. Most of the times, I think people lack knowledge, especially with the mothers or single mothers, or even mothers living with their partners. They don't understand that there are other ways of making money these days, especially with this pandemic, especially how the world is now going with online stuff. And I have seen, if you really have a passion and desire, you will do your own research. You will find different avenues to become more financially free. Why people don't have time is because they're still sort of sticking to their old ways of making money. So this is what I also do in my program, is to teach all the mothers to how to make money from home and stuff. And I know when they start, they all are struggling financially. So they need to acquire knowledge and really need to re-look at their mentality, how they look at financial freedom, how to look at making money and stuff. And so I think in terms of...
Yeah, I was going to say, so what would you say would be the 5 things that a person would need to do to change their lifestyle in order to get fitter? 5.
Okay.
Is that too many?
5 things might be a bit too much, but I'll see. Okay. For them to succeed, I think the first thing they need to have is a burning desire. If they don't have that desire and they're just talking about things, they are just talking about it. Like everybody wants success.
Yeah.
You want, I want, everybody wants that. But there are only 4% of the people who actually live the life of their dreams, and they have this burning desire. So I would say that's the first thing. And the second thing is they need to know exactly what they want. Because some people are jumping from one place to the other. Some people want to earn more money, but at the same time, they want to lie on a beach having holiday and cocktails and stuff. They want to do that stuff, but they also want to be successful in the business. So they need to really win their inner civil war. So whatever is happening within there has to win it and then define what they actually want. They need to have exactly know what they want. Third thing is they need to have a realistic plan, a written down plan, a step-by-step plan. It doesn't have to work because and I know, like, whenever you start on any venture in life, you will change your plans because life will teach you, and you will fail, and the failure is a lesson, as we know. So we learn and we move forward. But there has to be some sort of written plan how you will get there. I think that's three things, right? And the fourth thing is you need to have a very strong and closed mind against the people, especially the ones they say they love you. A very close mind against those people from their comments and limiting ideas about what you can or can't do.
Sorry, Abdur, I'm just interrupting you. We have run seriously out of time, so can I just take that last point from you?
Okay, and the last thing is patience. Patience and time.
Something we don't have. I don't have any patience, but
thank you.
Listen, thank you so much. I'm sorry for just abruptly calling it to an end, but unfortunately we've run out of time. But thank you so much for joining us. That was very interesting.
Yeah, and we'd love to get you back another time to continue this conversation. So
thank you so much once again. Allah Hafiz.
Okay, Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much.
Well, that was Abdur Rahman joining us all the way from London, and he was talking about body consciousness and what we should be doing to make our lives better.
I think it's that patience. It's that we just expect instant results.
Yeah.
And if we decide to starve ourselves for a week, we think we should hopefully drop a couple of dress sizes. Yeah. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh God, I know.
Yeah, so.
I definitely know. But unfortunately, we have come to the end of today's show. However, we will be back again next week with another show, another topic. So make sure you stay tuned to Straight Talk here on Ramadan TV. Remember, you can catch us on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course the Ramadan TV app. And we're all over the world on various other platforms also. So make sure you download the app and stay in touch with all of the programs, and indeed Straight Talk as well. You can get us on email and of course give us a call in here in the studio. So from myself this week, thank you and Allah Hafiz.
And also from myself, and could I please ask, do share your ideas of what kind of topics that you'd like us to discuss, and if you'd like to take part in our shows, we'd love to hear from you.
Definitely. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.